I've took Royal Armouries, but we don't know what about conflict awareness. Don't have a clue what that's about.
Conflict means that being bad and everything.
Are you conflicts?
Yeah, conflicts. Yeah, conflicts. Conflict resolution. I think it's where you're.
I don't know. I've got to hook it up in the dictionary.
It's where you sort of.
It's not people chilling and killing.
Oh, what's it? Can I get a dictionary out?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Now, when you came in, you might have, I hope, you noticed that this room is set up a bit like a cafe. We've got the tablecloths, we've got some sweets, we've got some drinks, and you're sitting in little groups, which we hope is going to allow you to have some real conversations with each other, just like in a cafe.
Conflicts can happen between anyone, any age, in any school.
Racial stuff, teachers, attitude, body language.
So if you join a gang, you'll gain respect.
So conflict resolution is a peaceful outcome to a potentially violent situation. It's finding an answer that's going to suit everybody without any violence taking place.
I came here to speak at this very important conference. It's such an important issue, it's something I feel very strongly about. Conflict happens in our school very often out in the playground or in the corridors because we've got very little space. So if you can imagine 1,250 youngsters out in very little space to run around and to let off your energy. This conference on conflict resolution has been held in the Royal Armouries, which I think is really very innovative and creative and really worth thinking about. Actually, here we are surrounded by weapons, but actually what we're trying to do is to get our youngsters to find other ways of dealing with conflict. Today I think is really excellent. I think it's great to bring youngsters and adults together from all walks of life, really. Social cohesion is the most important thing in front of all of us, and schools have a huge part to play and can be leaders within the community and work in partnership with their community to make sure that it's safe for our youngsters and for our families to live in.
A girl that I didn't like and a girl that like me, you could not make us be friends at all or talk at all because we're both hate.
On the day I really liked the fact that people actually listened to me and that I could get my opinions across.
Yeah, loads of stuff causes conflict.
And what do you think most?
Working in groups was really good because I was with people that I didn't actually know and I was making friends there, and the adults were really nice and I was talking to them about this conflict and I got to speak out what I thought about it, and it was really good.
When you have a fight in schools, they just give you like a statement to write and they just solve the problem, but it still happens again. Whereas them that were just taking like more notice, jotting things down, like telling us what things can we do and how to solve this problem.
I found out that it's just other ways of solving arguments.
It was good to talk to a police officer because he listened to what I had to say.
If you get people scared of you, then you might be ahead of a gang, but that's no point. You won't have any
proper mate.
He gave me tips on how to stop conflict.
You just have like a really good conversation with him, and yeah, I've got the confidence to speak to people. So that's what I found out about myself. What I liked about the play was that it was realistic, and like I've seen them situations happen in school lots of times before. The role plays are like showing you what happens in everyday life. For example, the phones getting stolen and how they reacted.
Oi! Shut up, not fun. What do you think you're doing? I'm giving it back, you knob! Yeah, gonna tell it to your chav, mate, weird. I said give it back! Shut up, right? This is my phone. I know what my phone looks like. I bought it, right? It's mine! I bought it! You know, with money. Not like you, get your mum to make everything for you. Yeah, at least I've got time to get my mum the next stuff. My mum doesn't spend all her time on street corners. Right! That's the way you want it.
Give it me now. Give it me now. No? Give me the phone back. Give me my phone back.
Okay, freeze. So, you might think they need to say sorry, and you might think they need to calm down, but at the moment, it's not going that way. So we want some practical tips. What would you do if you were at this point?
It made me laugh, but also made me think, what could we do to stop it? Like, we could sit down and talk, we could calm down, we could find out from both sides.
This event was unique because it was the first of its kind, the first kind of conference that brought young people and older people together, the youth and adults together. We used police officers, teachers, practitioners, anybody that worked with young people came and got involved. We had policymakers there, and they were listening. They were sat listening to what young people had to say, as were the young people started to actually listen to what the adults had to say.
Since I've been to the Armouries, what I've learned is that conflict means that if you're having a fight or verbally abusing each other, and resolution means that how you're going to solve the problem and put a stop to it.
What I'm going to try and do now and in the future is to think before I do stuff, like think before I act.
I'd like to do more conflict resolution work in school because of all the fights that have been around in school. We need to stop them, otherwise there'll be a dangerous one.
It was a really good day. I really enjoyed it and I learnt a lot.
We don't want people to be beating each other, we want people to be talking to each other.